Vic Mornington, how's everybody doing? I am currently standing in a house. Yes, I am very observant. No, I'm currently standing in a house, and this house is one of the reasons why the videos on the channel have been a little bit sporadic. Not too long, well, actually, it's a fair amount of time ago, about a year and a half ago, I think, yeah. But a year and a half ago, I decided to try out the other side of the planned community thing. Now, for the people that don't know what hold on, this mic's a bit quiet. There we go. For the people that don't know what planned communities are all about, you've basically got two basic types of planned community. You've got the enforced roleplay style, and you've got the non-enforced roleplay style. So on one side of the fence, you're basically expected to roleplay. On the other side of the fence, roleplay is not enforced. You can walk around in normal clothes, even clothes that don't match the era. For instance, New Babbage, I could show up like this in New Babbage, even though New Babbage is in the 1880s. But where I am right now is New Haven. And New Haven is one of the newer types of planned community RPs that have been popping up over the past decade or so, that basically slowly replacing the older styles of non-enforced RP cities, like what New Babbage is, for instance. So where I am right now is the house. Hold on, wrong screen, Vic. I need to click there, and then I need to do that. There we go. So where I am right now, why are you not working? See this? There we go. Just put the camera straight through myself. Why don't I? So where I'm still not used to this 3D mouse thing. Where I am right now is the house that I've rented over in New Haven. There's the kitchen, which was a nightmare. Absolute nightmare putting this thing together. Yeah, enough of that. Moving through, I've got flashbacks of putting that bloody kitchen together. So if we go through the front door, I've got things kind of all slightly ready for the whole autumn thing going on. There's some pumpkins down there. I kind of cheated a little bit with the garden, because planned gardens, like, flower beds and all that, because that takes too much time, I went, you know what? There's already an oak tree. In fact, I think that oak tree over there at the corner actually belongs to the landlord. So I thought, you know what? Why don't I just pop out more oak trees and just say, oh look, this little corner bit here is an old piece of ancient woodland, and that way I can just randomly throw woodland plants around, and then that's it. I don't need to bother with the garden anymore. So that's exactly what I did. Why? Because I'm lazy. That's why. So anyway, this is the house here, and this house is sitting in the Stony Brook region of the 25, I think it's 25 regions that make up New Haven. So yeah, there's my little house. There's nothing going on upstairs yet. The upstairs rooms are still basically empty, but there's a little garage there. There's my van. However, also on the other, or not on the other side, but in the middle of this region, there is little farm plots. A lot of people who have the My Story and DFS roleplay systems are renting little plots of land here to grow things. I don't have a clue. I don't use My Story. However, right in the middle of this area is the old farm barn. I'm also renting this. In fact, this was the first place that I actually rented, and this is a joint venture between myself and Leandra of the Charlie's Angels. It's the attic public house and brewery. So downstairs is where the brewery is, as if all that's not the giveaway, but upstairs, however, is where the actual pub is, and right now it's actually been set out for an open mic poetry night thing that's going on. They're just using the pub. I'm not actually organising the poetry night, they're just using the actual pub itself to do it. But every Friday at 1 o'clock, Second Lifetime, you'll find me here along with the Charlie's Angels. I'll be doing the DJing and the Charlie's Angels are dancing in the background. But yeah, this is only one, if I just pull the camera straight up here, this is only one of over 20 regions, as you can see, that makes up the town of New Haven. And the whole point of places like New Haven is, unlike places like New Babbage, which is set in the past, or for that matter places like Caledon, which is set in the past, the Victorian era, New Haven is set in the contemporary world. It's the current day. It's 2023, and the whole town is based on the premise of a average town that is sitting in the northwest coast of the United States, Maine. That's where New Haven is essentially set, and it's set in the state of Maine. It's a very, very seriously. Why is it people always message me when I'm recording? I should really put the do not disturb sign thing up. That's what I need to do. But yeah, New Haven is a very, very big place with a very, very big road network. And speaking of the road network, you're about to see how bad I can drive in Second Life. Let's bring the car. In fact, you know what? Let's just double hit the escape key and let's work our way out here. I'm going to hop in the work van because I'm renting a third place, which is actually the workplace. And we're going to head there now. Oh, yeah. So now we need to do that. Bring you back up. Open you up. We're going to keep the HUD up right now because I need everything up to get this daft van to start. You're about to see how badly I drive in Second Life. Although the van's actually quite slow, which actually works out quite good for me. Right, let's do you and engine on. And then do that. Let's see how we're doing here. There we go. So what we're going to do... seriously, wrong way, Vic. Okay, we'll need to turn in the car park. What we're going to do now is head over to the region next door to here, which is Easton. But first what I need to do is turn this bloody van round because I reversed the wrong direction. I really hope none of the cops... Oh yeah, there's a police department in New Haven as well as a fire department, a general hospital, and all the other things that you need. But we'll get onto that once we pop in. There's that camera bug again. Hold on. Cam type. There we go. They've still never fixed that camera bug with cars. If you're ever in a car and you cross a region border and the camera defaults into the first person view, don't blame the car, blame Linden Labs. They've still not fixed that bug, and it's been a bug that's been plaguing cars and bikes and all that for a long time now. So we're going to head into the region next door, which is Easton, and we're going to head into the little business that myself and Leah are kind of, well, Leah doesn't actually do much in the business, she just chips in for the rent, but the little business that me and Leah are also running, apart from the attic, that is. Let's hope the camera doesn't reset when we cross the region border. And it didn't! Yay! Linden Lab really need to fix that camera bug, so we're going to head on into third gear. Wow. Okay, maybe not third gear because this thing is jerking around way too much. Again, camera bug. Fix it, Linden Lab. Right, so we're going to park here. First gear. Try not to crash into the Mini. That's my Mini at the front, by the way. Yeah, I've just crashed into it. Oh dear. I know. Seriously? I've reversed the wrong direction already. Hold on. Get back in there. Throw the van round. Parking in Second Life sucks. It really does. There's bugger all control. There we go. That'll do. I've basically abandoned the car, but at least it's in a parking spot. So if we head over here, this is another business that myself and Leah are co-running. This is M&A Painters and Decorators. Now, the way that New Haven works, if we just pan the cam out and we have a look at all the houses that you see dotted around here. These houses come as standard. Unlike New Babbage, unlike Caledon, you don't buy the land and then res your own house. This is a planned community. So what you're basically doing is you're renting the house from the landowners. It's a bit like council estates over here in the UK. It's that same kind of idea. And there's my phone started now. Hold on. So it's the same idea as that. You do get the option of a couple of choices of homes if you're not happy with the one that's sitting there, but generally speaking, when you rent the house and you rent that area, you're basically renting the home that you're looking at when you're right-clicking and paying the rental box. But along with renting homes, because this is a role-play city or a role-play town, you can role-play as running a business. And the business that I've got going on here is M&A Painters and Decorators. And when you rent a house here in New Haven, it comes with bare walls. Now, you can either contact the real estate folks and get them to tint the walls, Or you can contact me, and for a small nominal charge, I can actually put wallpaper in your house instead. So instead of the plain everyday, I'm going to come into the Angel's house here because I know the upstairs hasn't been decorated yet. Instead of the plain old, walls like that, which is basically bare plaster, what you can get instead, if I come over into my own house, what you can get instead is walls like this. When the texture overloads, sometime today, come on. Actually, you've seen it at the beginning of the video, the red wallpaper. So I run into your house, put up fake mesh walls inside the actual house, and then texture it to suit what you want. But it's that kind of idea. There's coffee shops, there's a cheese shop. Hi crumbs, I know you're watching this. There's all sorts of different shops. There's an arcade further up the road where families can visit. So the whole idea of a real life town in a real life state in the United States is basically what they're kind of trying to achieve here in New Haven. There's a town hall where you can automatically go to pick up more info and join the relevant groups. There's a fire department that's staffed by residents, a police department that's staffed by residents, general hospital, again staffed by residents. The amount of detail that you get in New Haven even goes down to the fact that if I pull this cam out and I go further up the road, in fact there's two there. If you rent a house in New Haven, you've got the option of contacting the infrastructure department to have wheelie bins basically placed in your front drive. And these bins automatically fill by themselves. It's all script based, right? Automatically fill by themselves, and roughly every week and a half to 2 weeks, the infrastructure team drive round a handful of regions of the town. It's done on a rotational basis, and they role play emptying the bins. I'm not kidding. They actually drive around in a bin lorry. I've seen them actually rolling these wheelie bins out, putting them onto the back of the bin lorry, and the bin lorry tips the bins into the back of the bin truck. It's that kind of level of detail that you're going to be expecting to see here. Now, I know what some of you are probably thinking. If you're not really into roleplay, you're probably thinking, well, hold on, I don't really roleplay that much, Vic. Am I going to fit in here? I don't roleplay all that much either. Yeah, I know I'm an estate owner, or not owner, I'm an estate admin for New Babbage, but New Babbage was roleplay optional. You've got the option to roleplay or not to roleplay. I am much more better at light roleplay and social gatherings, that kind of thing. But if you're a light role player like I am, you're just walking around and saying hi to folks and stuff like that, or you show up at events and do some light role play there is places where you can go, like regular events, including the Attic event that's on every Friday, where you can just pop in and do a bit of light role playing. The Angels, Leandra and Lisa, I don't think Fenella has moved here yet. They're waiting in a bigger house apparently. Well, that's what Lizzie was telling me. But Leandra and Lisa are actually sharing a house here in New Haven as well, just up the road from here actually. They're also light role players. They don't really get into the heavy paragraph style role playing. They're much more comfortable with the light role playing aspect. But it's not just the RP side of things that may end up getting your hooks in to New Haven. It's also to do with what is essentially the social side of things. There is a lot of events, an awful lot of events that you can take part in over here in New Haven, from bingo evenings. In fact, there was one on last night, I think. Was the bingo on last night? I think it was on last night, and it's very busy, very busy. The whole bingo thing, personally, I end up falling asleep at bingo. I tried it in real life and I literally fell asleep. So yeah, I don't do the whole bingo thing. But there's also social gatherings as well. You've got Haven Stock coming up this week, or this weekend, sorry. I think it's this weekend, which is a big social gathering. You've got Elite Angel Wrestling, nothing to do with the Charlie's Angels, by the way, it's another group altogether. But you've got Elite Angel Wrestling that has the Wrestling Roadshow over, I think it's over at Chelsea. Am I close to Chelsea? I think I am. Yeah, it's over there. Elite Angel Wrestling have their wrestling shows here roughly every week, or I think it might be every couple of weeks, over here at Chelsea Commons. Things are taking a long time to res today. There must be a problem with the grid, because it doesn't usually take this long to res everything. But yeah, this is Chelsea Commons, which is basically a big open piece of land for big events like Elite Angel Wrestling, that kind of stuff. Again, there's more houses surrounding the Chelsea Commons all the way around here. There's houses everywhere, like over 20 regions worth of homes. But again, if you're not into the whole heavy para-style role-playing, there is places and opportunities here where you can get into the whole light role-playing side, like general conversation, that kind of thing. There is, generally speaking, at least 3 events on every week. That's including the Attics event on every Friday. Generally speaking, there's 3 events on every week here in New Haven. Some of them, like the Attic, is timed for UK and EU folks, but from the looks of it, at least slightly more than half of them is more tuned towards Central Standard Time over in the United States. But there we have it, folks. That's one of the reasons why the videos have been rather sparse as of late on the channel. I've been busy setting this place up, along with the Attic, along with my house, but now that things have calmed down on the building side of things here in New Haven, I can get back onto planning more videos later on. There is going to be 2 SL URLs down in the description for this video. One of the SL URLs will take you to the Town Hall of New Haven, and in the Town Hall you can pick up more information about New Haven itself, along with joining the Citizens group, which is one of the chat groups. And the second SL URL will take you to the Attic, or at least the ground floor, the brewery side of the Attic, if you fancy popping over here on a Friday at 1 o'clock in the afternoon, Second Lifetime, and listen to me babble on top of music. You're more than welcome. Anyway, that's it for me, folks. Thanks for watching.